Shalom. First and foremost, we're going to go ahead and face the east. We're going to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening, learning, and to the Baha'i, the house of David. This is Men of Valor, Las Vegas camp, coming to you through the will and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, as well as you speckled birds whose father's line goes back. You're the children of Israel, all right, that the Bible speaks of. Salvation belongeth unto you and you alone. All right, first and foremost, for the 144,000 elect men of the nation of Israel, then the multitude of the men, women, and children who believe upon the testimony. The elect of the nation of Israel. 2/3 of the nation of Israel will perish, will be canceled, will be deleted for not believing upon the true testimony and the scriptures and the beautiful gospel that Yahweh Shem Yahushai has provided unto us. All right? But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into these scriptures, and see exactly what Yahweh Shem Yahushai is telling, his saints. All right? What to watch out for, what to expect, what to look for. All right? Because prophecy is unfolding. Each and every day, moment after moment, time after time, prophecy will not fail. All right? It will always, push forward Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's narrative. Okay?
This is Luke 10. This is Matthew 10 and 36. It says, "And a man's foes shall be there on his own household."
Right.
It's like it's not bad.
All right.
This is Matthew 10 and 36. It says, "And a man's foes shall be thou of his own household." I got it in the blue letter too as well. It's Matthew 10 and 36 in the blue letter, NLT. It said,
No, start at 35.
Oh, 35. All right, I got you.
Yeah, I said that. My bad.
Okay. This is Matthew 10 and 35 in the King James. It says, "For I come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a man's foes shall be thou of his own household." And this is the NLT. 35, it says, "I have come to set a man against his father, and against his mother, and against his daughter-in-law, against his mother-in-law. Your enemies will be right in your own household."
Right. Your enemies shall be right in your own household. All right, foes, the ones who will try to take you down and try to take you out. All right, take you out of the truth, try to make you lose faith. All right, ones to hinder you in any way, shape, or form. All right.
Yeah, that's the enemy.
God.
All right.
I got to pray. This is Psalm 41 and 9. It says, "Yea, my own fellow friend, in whom I trusted, which did eat of my bread, hath lifted up his heel against me."
Right. So those who eat of your bread, those who take up your substance, those who are of your flesh. All right. A mother, a wife, a daughter, a brother, a son, a sister, all right, is going to come against you in this time and this day. All right. All, for what? For prophecy's sake of the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai first and foremost. All right. But also to prove and to test you, to make sure that you stand firmly for the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right. That you are not going to fall victim, all right, to the world. All right. Because how much more of an offense would an enemy in your own household? All right, that's that movie, Sleeping with the Enemy. All right, the very person that you sleep in the household with, whether it be your wife, husband, son, or daughter, is the very person who's going to try to block you from the truth, block you from receiving your crown. Yep. All right, they're trying to get you to put down the crown that Yahweh Shem Yahushai has already bestowed upon you. All right, if you be of the elect, if you believe upon the true testimony of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay? So they're always going to try, to take you out because, in these coming days, all right, it becomes even more detrimental, all right, that you have to stay diligent to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, all right, and stay focused on Yahweh Bashem Yahushai having that eyesight.
You got to be willing to lose everything too.
Right.
And that's how you know that he's chastising you, when you do have your family going against you, that you know he's dealing with you.
Right.
You know, because if he's not dealing with you, your family, everything's all, you know what I'm saying, peaches and cream, then hey, you should be scared. You should be in a very fearful case.
Right.
You know?
Because you got to understand that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is efficient enough for you. All right? You don't need the friends of the world, the family, or anything like that. Yes, it's a plus to have if Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai has them there to receive the word. All right? But if not, you still have to bear what? You have to bear the burden, hey, and count the cost. All right? That Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai has called us men out to do on the highways and byways, but also the believers of the men, women, and children. All right? There is a cost. There is a cost for your belief. All right? And that cost is to have true faith in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right? You got a free?
I'm gonna wait for it.
Go ahead.
But you know they have a problem. You know them that are set at variance. You know they have the spirit of the world on them. You know they don't have the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai.
Right.
And that's the conflict between the elect and non-elect. All right. And they're coming in the spirit of the wicked. You know, as Yahweh said, they are of your father, the devil. You know, they have that spirit on them. That's why they want to create conflict. You know, they got a damn demon on them.
Yeah.
And that's just, Satan using them to what? What did he tell Peter? What did Yahweh tell Peter? To sift you.
Yeah, looking to sift you. Yeah.
You know? Take you out.
Hey, and
move you.
Take you out of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai's way, to move you out of the way and the path of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right? Hey, that's what these demons want to do. That's why these demons jump on your family members, friends, and people who are close to you. All right? Hey, don't think that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai doesn't have you. All right? He has you as long as you're obedient unto him, as long as you will do what is necessary for him. All right? You have to count the cost. All right?
Luke 6:46, it says, "And why call ye me Yahweh, all right, Lord, Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and do not the things which I say?"
Right. So you have to do the things that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai says. All right? You have to continuously call on him. All right? You have to continuously follow after his ways. Go ahead.
It says, "Whosoever cometh to me and heareth my sayings and doeth them, I will show you to whom he is like."
Right. I will show you to whom he is like. All right? He's likened unto a wise man. All right? Because if you obey the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability and believe upon the testimony of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, he has just told you, hey, that you would have foes, enemies of your own household. So listen to me. Listen to the things that I'm telling you. Listen to the things I'm preparing you to deal with. Okay?
He said, "He is like a man which built an house and digged deep and laid the foundation on a rock. And when the flood arose, Salaki, the storm beat, oh snap, vehemently upon that house and could not shake it."
Right. Could not shake it. All right? No matter how much the storm came and tried to break down and beat down that house, no matter how much that big bad wolf of the three little pigs tried to get into that brick house, he could not get into that brick house. Why? Because it is a firm foundation on Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right? You cannot take away from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right? What he has ordained. All right? But he commands and demands that you stand fast for him. You stand as this house. You stand on the rock. All right? Which is Yahweh Shai.
What they say in the world, I stand on business.
Right.
You got to stand on Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai's business, man. And don't be moved. Don't be shaken. You know? Continuing. "For it was the foundation upon a rock. But he that heareth and doeth not is like a man that without a foundation built on a house upon the earth, against which the stream did beat vehemently, and immediately it fell.
Right.
And the ruin of that house was great.
Right, because you had not the foundation in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
They built it on straw and strings.
Yeah, build it on straw and
mud,
sticks.
Yeah.
And mud huts. All right, shit huts.
Yeah.
All right, because you didn't take account into Yahweh. You didn't take account that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to protect you if you build and use the right materials. All right, the right materials is leaning on Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, leaning on and understanding the word that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is given unto in the faith. All right, the faith that you should stand in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, having a firm foundation and being reassured that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai not only is going to perform his word, all right, for prophecy's sake, and for his name's sake, first and foremost, that everything that he said will come to pass. So you will have to deal with enemies of your own household. You will have to deal with enemies and snakes and fakes in the world. But as long as you live and believe upon him and lean on him, all right, you shall have no wants, no worries, and no cares, because you're protected in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You gotta pray. Darash, go ahead and pour your prayer.
This is the book of Jonah, chapter 2, verse 7. It says, when my soul fainted within me, I remembered the Lord, and my prayer came in unto thee into thy holy temple. Verse 8, they that observe lying vanities forsake their own mercy. Verse 9, but I will sacrifice unto thee with the voice of thanksgiving. I will pay that I have vowed. Salvation is of the Lord.
Right. Salvation is of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and you got to be willing to give all that other stuff up. The vanity, the vain glory. All right, the bullshit that the world is here to offer you. You see, the world wants to offer you trinkets. The world wants to offer you a prosperity doctrine, temporary pleasure, telling you could be saved. All right, if you just believe on Jesus. All right, Jesus Christ ain't gonna save you. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is he that saves. All right, Yahweh being the first name and the Most High. All right, not a title, his name. All right, Bahashem in the name Yahushai, is the only begotten Son, who the world calls Jesus Christ. All right, Yahushai meaning he saves, he delivers, he is salvation. He is salvation for the nation of Israel, but much more for the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, it is upon that name you must stand. It is upon this foundation that he has laid that you must stand.
That's that rock.
All right,
you, Dwayne Johnson, you're not the rock. It's Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
that was it. He's drinking water, but he's got a drink. Go ahead and get the prayer.
Here's Luke 12 and 47, going straight to the point. It says, and that servant which knew Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's will, and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will be beaten with many stripes.
Right. Hey, if you knew and you did not the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, all right, you're going to be beaten with many stripes because you knew. Here it is, the prophets have been on the highways and byways 40 plus years, giving you the word. Hey, making it a plain upon tables for the last 40 plus years. All right, it has became even more simpler to understand the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai if you have the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
Really saying you got to dumb it down for the people.
Right.
Well, he's not dumbing you down, he's smarting you up. If you took a chance to sit down, shut the hell up and listen. All right?
Right. You got to give that time and that effort, all right, to build on that firm foundation. All right, it's not a what do they call it, all in one box. All right, you build a house in one box. All right, no, you're collecting the materials to build a firm foundation on Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
What are those, like a mobile home or
Yeah,
where they
pop-up
have
homes.
Yeah, pop-up. I got a
mini homes and stuff like that.
You was done on that?
Yeah, I'm done.
I got like three. This is 2 Timothy 2:19. It says, "Nevertheless, the foundation of Yahweh standeth sure, having this seal: The Lord knoweth them that are his, and let everyone that nameth the name of Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, depart from iniquity."
Right.
Yeah, the foundation, the foundation, starts with the name. All right. The foundation is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, that rock of refuge. Okay. But the stepping stones to get into this faith, all right, starts all with the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, as the brother was mentioning. And says everybody that name it that name, hey, depart from iniquity. All right, leave that worldly shit behind you. Leave the wickedness behind you. All right, walk in righteousness. That's what Yahweh Shai told the people that he healed. You leave, do sin no more.
Yep.
Where are you gonna go after this?
I had lost it.
Okay.
When I had almost
All right,
dropped
I'm
my
gonna
phone.
just go what I had. This is Matthew. Actually, Matthew 12 and verse starting at verse 46. It says, while he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak with him. And this is speaking about Yahweh Shai. All right. It says, then one said unto him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. But he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother and who are my brethren? All right. So Yahweh Shai, was speaking, and his mom and his brother couldn't get to him. All right. And somebody came up to him like, hey, yo, Yahweh Shai, your mom and your brother right there, they've been trying to talk to you the whole time. He said, who are they? Right? Because this is when, Yahweh Shai is making a point that these are my, this is my family. The members in this body, the members that receive the gospel. Okay? It says, and he stretched forth his hand toward his disciples and said, behold, my mother and my brethren, for whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother. All right, so we're partakers of that family. All right, this is your true family. All right, especially in these times. Everybody else, you gotta look at with some skepticism. Knowing that they don't have that foundation to fall back on, knowing that they could be easily swayed. Mm-hmm. All right, you gotta look at brothers in the truth like that too. But even more so, someone who hasn't received the gospel. All right. So we know men have crept in unawares, but those that are walking without the light, completely, hey, you got to be aware of them.
Right.
All right.
They're liable to turn on you. All right. Hey, very quickly. All right. They're using everything against you in the world.
Yeah. If you think about, what Judas the Iscariot, sold out for,
mm-hmm. 30 shekels of silver. Right? He didn't even want the gold. He took the silver.
So, if he sold out for that much, all right, hey, in times of famine, plagues, unsurety, economic collapse, all right, hey, it's going to be less. And we're not even on Yahweh Shai level. So what are they going to be willing to do in times of distress? All right. He already said that these women going to be lamenting for their teats. People ain't going to have jack shit pretty soon. All right, I got one more. This is Luke 14 and verse 26. It says, if any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children, and brethren and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple.
Hey, but Yahweh Shimei Al-Shai is saying you surely can't be my disciple if you're not willing to give it up. We're not saying you should go into your household and kick your son down the stairs talking about I hate you, little bastard, all right? Or, beat your wife up or something like that. Hey, just have a overall hatred or anything like that for your family, all right? But if you're not willing, to hate the spirit that's on them, all right, believing after the way of this world and not the way of the word, you're not sufficient to believe and serve Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right, he wants you to give it all up and say, hey, they don't believe, that's okay. I love them, but fuck them.
Yeah.
All right?
You're going to continue to do wickedness. I'm not going to walk with that. I'm not going to condone that bullshit you got going on.
Right. So I love you, but I can't deal with you. All right, I can't deal with you right now. I don't condone, your lifestyle. I don't condone what you think you know, all right? Because it's all vanity and it's all falsehood. It's all idolatry, all right? Self-worship, all right? You worship the man and the beast more than the creator, all right? So this is why Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai has set that variance, all right, in your own household. Because if you understand these very same people can be in your daily life that you deal with, all right, and some that you had the blessing to give life unto through the will and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, or put life into, all right, how much more should you watch out for these people in the world? This world is not for you, all right? It's not set up for the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, or Seminole Indian man to prosper, all right, to have anything in truth and honesty. But if Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai has blessed you with some substance, all right, know that that was a blessing. And if you have the true blessing, which is the understanding, the wisdom, and the knowledge of the scriptures, you are that much more better than a nigga who's got $50 billion. Because Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai chose you, to reveal his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. Mm-hmm. All right? To reveal his secrets unto the little ones.
All right. I got more, but I'm going to grab this real quick. This is Jeremiah 7:16. And, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, ordered, gave this message to a prophet. It says, to the prophet Jeremiah, it says, therefore pray not thou for this people, neither lift up cry nor prayer for them, neither make intercession to me, for I will not hear thee. Hey, so the wicked of our people, they're not meant to see salvation. All right, if it hasn't been predestinated to them, the Lord said, don't waste your time. I ain't gonna hear it. Because to pray, just means to cry out. All right, so he said, don't even waste your time for Ray, Keisha,
and Day.
All right, them, they meant for that lot. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai made them to be those reprobate children that wasn't going to hear and not dance to the song we sing. So let them be. And then when that time of wrath comes, because in that same chapter we started out with, the verse ahead said, I came not with peace, but a sword.
Right.
All right, and they first on the chopping list. They first on the chopping block.
Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai said, judgment shall start in my house first. All right, continuing to show, once again, how just he is and how Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is more pissed off at his nation than the devil. All right? Because he's just.
Yeah.
All right? I can't be mad at another man if I'm not mad at those who are of my damn household.
Right. And that's why, Joshua said, choose ye this day,
Yep, who you may serve.
What side you on? A lot of Jake, the majority of Jake in America on Esau's side. That's who he seeks for his delivery, and the Lord said, "Let those guys deliver you." Right? Why? Because he put that he blinded them.
Yeah.
He put that delusion on them. It says in 2 Corinthians, they were believing the powers of this world.
Right.
That's Satan. This is this so-called white man. That's who's in rulership now. All right. Going back into the book of Luke 14 and 27. It says, and whosoever doeth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. For which of you, intending to build a tower, sitteth not down first and counteth the cost which he hath sufficient to finish it.
Right. So you should count the cost, as every brother was told to count the cost when they woke up to the truth. All right. As you became a man and you put away childish things and became a man of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, all right, you counted the cost. You said, okay, I have to be out on the highways and byways. I have to give up eating shrimp, pork, and lobster. All right, I have to give up the ways of the world and follow after Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai to the best of my ability.
Right.
I have to
celebrating these dumbass holidays, your birthdays, just
those are all things considered.
Yeah. Yep. You consider all these things. You consider the fact that you may have to lose jobs, homes, cars, women, family, friends. All right? You might have to be like Job and lose it all.
Yeah.
All at once.
You have to consider that wisdom is going to try you.
Right.
By the crooked ways first. All right, and if you can't handle, those things that didn't have the right tools, you weren't supposed to put your hand to the plow. You weren't supposed to make that oath with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You needed to, figure out how you were gonna get the necessary material, all right, to go and build that.
Right.
Which it was required of.
And understanding that material is the scriptures. All right? The scriptures add on every brick, every screw, all right? Everything that is lawful to build, the kingdom of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is henceforth in the scriptures. Yeah. All right? Because he said, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai said the kingdom starts in you.
You look at how Noah built the ark. He had to listen to those direct, measurements and right material. He had to go get those precise things.
He didn't just go down to Harbor Freight or Home Depot and say, hey, give me some plywood, give me some wood screws and some glue.
Let me get the cheapest material.
Right?
Oh, you already got an ark built? All right,
yeah.
Let me just get that.
It's all in one box?
Pre-made ark. And
it's all
so,
good.
though we are fools for Hamashiach's sake, as Noah was a fool, he made himself foolish. He believed that, truly believed and had the faith that, the Lord was going to flood that place that never rained.
Right.
Right?
It had never been seen.
And then, so if he wouldn't have finished, they would have, scoffed him and laughed at him to death.
Yep.
Right? But at the end, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, he's always right. He always has, his word is always sure.
Right.
So now they were the ones looking, dumb.
That's it. As you say, if you ever watch the movie, all right,
Yeah.
Noah's Ark, when they're like, Noah, let us in.
Who was Methuselah? Was that Ricky Morty?
I think it was Ricky Morty. Yeah.
You talking about the first one or the second?
With
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
That's the only one I know.
Yeah.
I think that
You think in Exodus?
yeah.
Yeah, you think in Exodus?
That was trash.
Yeah, trash ass movie.
Both of them were trash.
Yeah, but that's even more like
Right.
I was like, You had a brief interruption.
I think, was that all you wanted me to do?
I wanted you to continue on that. I was just making sure that he had his.
Let me finish out real quick.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that he still had his free.
Okay. This is Luke 14 and 29. It says, less happily after he had laid the foundation and it is not able to finish it, all that behold it began to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish.
Right. You were able to, you began to build in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, but you didn't have to withstand the test of time. You didn't have the materials, right? You took the account, you had a false parts list, all right? You had that prosperity doctrine that, come as you are, all right? Come as you are. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai has requirements how you come. And that requirement is part of the list, all right? It's part of the tools that you need. But if you come as you are and you believe in that way, hey, you'll never have the tools. You'll never be able to have what's sufficient for you to build in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. You'll always be lacking. Okay? Because you, once again, do not have the materials. You don't have the name. You don't have the information. You don't go into the etymology of words. All right? You're not seeking the details of the instruction. All right? Instructions are there to give you the guideline, to give you the material base of that guideline, how much weight this screw holds, how much pressure you can put on this board. All that is in the scriptures. Building a house, building an ark, building a foundation in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, that foundation has to be assured. And if you can't get past the enemies of your own household, then you can't get past the enemies of the world. All right? Because those who are in your household, if they believe not in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, are of the world. All right?
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 13, verse 1. He that toucheth pitch shall be defiled therewith, and he that hath fellowship with a proud man shall be like unto him. Verse 2, burden not thyself above thy power while thou livest, and have no fellowship with one that is mightier and richer than thyself. For how agree the kettle and the earthen pot together? For if the one be smitten against the other, it shall be broken.
Right. Hey, because you can't agree with the way of this world. You can't live after the way of the world, nor can you have true fellowship with the world. Okay? If you allow yourself to be taken by these people who are non-believers, all right, and go after and let them pervert your mind to think that it's okay to compromise, because that's essentially what they want you to do. They want you to compromise. They want you to compromise the spirit of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai when it is not comparable. You cannot do it. You cannot change the doctrine of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai that is the truth into the lie.
Well, if you change anything, you're going to get condemned.
There's still a lie.
Yeah.
All right? It's just you starting to believe upon that lie that is told to you. Right? Fables. You're setting it up above the what Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has given you and directed you to. You, like the brother said, you chose the cheapest material. And that cheap material is that everybody can make it. Jeebus loves everybody.
Well, by you saying that, I guess basically your pro pimp pastors.
Yeah, pulpit pimps.
You go to these pride churches and letting them know they can make it.
Right.
You know? That type of bullshit.
Or your inspirational fucking videos.
Mm.
You're inspirational that God loves everybody. You're the perfect one. You're made perfect as you are. There's no need to change. Whoever doesn't believe in you needs to change. Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Yahweh Bashem Yahushai requires that you change for him.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Hey, if they speak not according to this law and testimony, there's no light in it.
Right.
Right. And then, you know, our nation, you know, is so susceptible, all right, to that prosperity doctrine, to the smooth things that they hear. That's all they want. Hey, everything's gonna be all right. You don't get $1 million, just call on Jesus. You know, Jesus loves, and he loves money. You know, and that's what they preach.
Don't worry, girl. You're enough.
Yeah.
You've been enough.
You're the prize.
You're the prize. You're the one that God made. God made you. God made him for you, not you for him.
You're the one that birthed.
Yeah, these are all, you know, falsehoods that have been, you know, stated. You had more on that, Duraj? Okay, I got a couple. This is Matthew 16. lost it.
Fucking that's far
Yeah, Matthew 16 and 24 says, Then said Yahushua unto his disciples, If any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me.
Yeah, he said, let him deny himself. All right? Take up your cross, take up your burdens, whatever you're dealing with, take it up, put it on your back and follow me. All right?
What did he tell that man that just lost his father? You know, he said, no man pick up the plow and look it back.
Right.
Let the dead bury the dead. You got work. You got my work to do. And he says in the gospel that my, the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is the power of the living, and not the dead. So we're to put our efforts, all right, and our work, our faith and trust into life, all right. And what leads to life is doing the will of the Father. His law was made for immortality. All right, so his commandments that we follow and his orders that we serve, you know, that's the true path to life. Continuing on, says, For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it.
Right. Hey, you have to be willing to lose it all, once again, like Job. All right, to find your life. You really don't start living until you hear the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua in truth and honesty. That's my testimony.
Yeah.
All right?
Well, what is...
you physically are here, but your spirit wakes up.
Yeah. You were dead.
you were the dry bones in the valley. All right? Life entered into you at that point in time. That's why men are changed. That's why women are changed who believe upon the testimony of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Like they're refreshed.
Right. They're renewed. All right? That spiritual reincarnation happened. All right? In that instant. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua woke you up to receive something. And that something was his word.
I'm going to read down to the end. It says, verse 26, For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works. Right? Yahushua is coming back with the angels, in that glory, all right, on, demonstrating the true power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. All right, he said, I will not meet you as a man. You're going to be, invincible, okay, indestructible. Have the power he had on earth, ain't nothing like we going to see him. It says, verse 28, Verily I say unto you, there be some standing here which shall not taste death till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom.
Right, until they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom. Hey, see Yahushua here on earth through the will of Yahweh. All right, as the sky is cracked. All right, and those clouds are open all the way up, that we can really truly see the firmament. And then see Yahushua appear as he in his marvel and his greatness.
Yeah, in that new body.
In that new body. On a so-called UFO or UAP. All right? See, a lot of you people believe this is a fairy tale, fiction, or entertainment. This is not entertainment. We're not here to entertain you.
And how they're not going to taste death, that goes into the changing, all right? When the Most High gives his elect those new bodies, as it says in various places. 2 Corinthians 15 or 1 Corinthians 15. 2 Esdras 2 and 11. So I'll just grab it real quick. This is 2nd Esdras 2 and 11. All right, and it reads, their glory also will I take unto me and give these everlasting tabernacles which I have prepared for them. So those are the new bodies, the indestructible bodies that the Lord is going to give us after his salvation. He's going to take you up in those so-called UFO spacecrafts that the world calls them, but they're the chariots of Israel. All right, and give the elect, the first fruits, those everlasting tabernacles. Tabernacles being a body, all right, where you ain't gonna be subject to sickness, ailments of this world, a wicked mindset. No, you're gonna be in your right estate. You got what's that? Jeremiah 31. All right, it say you're gonna teach no man, no woman or child the name of the Lord no more. You don't have to teach them righteousness like we need to know now, because it's gonna be downloaded into us. It's gonna be from off the rip. We're gonna know what the Lord expects his nation to do. And that's gonna be, and that's why the laws is so important, even though we're rehearsing the righteous acts and we have the mercy, all right, the blood of the Lamb to cover us, all right, Yahweh Shai's sacrifice to cover us. You got it? 31, I think 31. Yeah, go ahead.
It's Jeremiah 31 and 31. It says, behold, the days come, said Yahweh, Shai, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I have made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant thou broke, although I was an husband unto them, said Yahweh.
Right. We broke the covenant, the northern and southern kingdom. Southern kingdom being the so-called black, black man, Negroes, Haitians and West Indians. All right, and the northern tribes, the Latin tribes. All right, along with the Reuben, which are the Seminole Indians. All right, and the Gadites, which are the North American Indians. All right, so we broke that promise after we got delivered out of Egypt. All right, it was our ancestors who, as it says in the book of one of the books of Corinthians, we passed through the sea under that cloud. All right, and we're gonna get that same deliverance again in this time. Well, the elect is. That's that other wine bottle. Old wine bottle.
I got one more.
Yeah.
It's Jeremiah 31 and 34. It says, and they shall teach no more any man his neighbor. Oh, Salaki, I did skip. Yeah, I did skip. No, yeah, 33. Salaki. Jeremiah 31 and 33. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After these days, said Yahweh Shai, I will put my law in their inward parts and write in their hearts, and I will be their power, and they shall be my people.
Yeah, it's going to be restored. He's going to write the law in our inward parts. I mean, we're going to have it, it's going to be like,
I can breathe air.
Knowing your name, like breathing. And they say it's second nature, but it's going to be like, just doing it autonomously. All right, so you won't be eating all the abominable foods. You won't even think about it.
Right.
You're gonna know just what the laws that the Lord commanded of you, just by living.
Right. Hey, you'll know not to eat shrimp, pork, or lobster. All right. Children will know, hey, not to come against their parents. Women will know not to go against their husband.
Not sleeping with another man.
Not sleeping with another man. All right. Hey. Even the very way that a woman to talk to any man, all right? Yahweh Shai is going to set everything back in order.
And guess what? You're not going to have a problem with it either.
Right.
All right? Like you do in these times. Why it got to be like, you won't question it. Because when the righteous are in authority, all right, and even the heathen are rejoiced. right? Because we're coming back into a righteous rulership. All right, America's gonna be destroyed. All right, there ain't no way out besides the Lord, delivering you, and that's gonna be by divine ways. It's gonna be ways that you thought never were possible. All right, but he just said it's going. Well, it says in Jeremiah the 14th chapter that it's going to be greater than the time before. So if that deliverance out of Egypt was spectacular, still being heard about today, you can only imagine what it's going to be like in these times.
And then he goes further to say, hey, roughly paraphrasing scripture, that it's going to dwarf. It's going to dwarf the time when we came out of Egypt.
Yeah.
It's going to be, it's not even going to, they're no longer going to say the children that came out of Egypt.
The children came out of Babylon.
All right? It's going to be the children that came from Babylon. All right?
How historic and immaculate that delivery was. This is Mark 8:38. It says, whosoever therefore should be ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him also shall the Son of Man be ashamed when he cometh in the glory of his Father with the holy angels.
Right. Yahweh Shai. Hey, Yahweh Shai said, hey, I'll be ashamed of you and I won't profess your name before my Father. All right? And you shall be ashamed when you see me and the Elohim. All right? Who speak before the Father. All right? Who give testimony to the Father on your behalf. All right? You will be ashamed to see us for your lack of faith, your lack of discipline. All right? You will hate yourself, essentially. All right? Hey, that's why you'll be shamefaced. All right? Because you, gave the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai no reverence. All right? You cared not for the way or the direction that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai wanted you to live.
Yeah, attempted to that this was just an attempt. All right, which the elect will be, delivered out of that mindset, but you had an opportunity to grab or to hearken unto the gospel, hearken unto the judgments of the Lord, and you had an opportunity to receive salvation.
You got a break?
This is Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 6. It says, I hearkened and heard, but they spake not aright. No man repented of his wickedness, saying, what have I done? Everyone turned to his course, as the horse rushes into the battle. Verse 7. Yea, the stork in the heaven knoweth her appointed times, and the turtle and the crane and the swallow observe the time of their coming, but my people know not the judgment of the Lord.
Right, because Israel doesn't cling unto the judgment, which Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is known by his judgments as you take it into the book of Psalms. All right? I believe that's chapter 28. Is it 28? It's locked here. Let me get it right quick.
Hey, and that, the Lord getting at his own nation, like, hey, these animals know what's up, but you don't. It's not the only time that he references, Israel to a nation. He calls them an ass, not his master's crib.
Right.
All right? And know it's his master's crib, but Israel do not consider. All right? A lot of our people still don't know who they truly are. As long as this gospel has been out. All right? As long as the true message in the gospel has been out. We still don't think that, hey, you're a holy, separate nation.
Right.
You don't believe it, and because the world pushed the stigmatism of you being a proverb and a byword still.
Right.
The lowest of the low.
It's actually here. This is the book of Psalms. It'll be chapter 9 and verse 16, and it reads, Yahweh is known by his judgments, which he executed. All right? and the wicked snared in the work of his own hands.
You get that in Psalm 147.
Yeah.
At the end of that chapter, or the 149. I think it's 147. I ain't went there in a while.
All right, but he's telling you, hey, by his judgments. I don't want to overturn. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 147, verse 19, and it reads, He showeth his work to Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh. Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, so Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai clearly goes to state and continues to tell you, hey, his judgments are known of Israel. All right, and you are known by his judgments. This is what he does. All right, this is how he performs and gave you the marker to understand. Hey, it's me. I'm him. I do this.
He put the curses on you,
right,
for the disobedience.
I did this to you.
So that's why we know the judgments. Why? Because when Israel went off, all right, then those curses, came about. He had us subject under other nations. Hey, Israel's the number one nation, in captivity. Still today. All right. Still today, we serving, another nation, speaking his language. All right, paying taxes. All right, to to, as the Bible calls Esau, Edom. All right, but today known as a so-called white man.
Living after his way, obeying his law. All right, and most Israelites obey his law instead of the law of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Right. All right, obey his law to the T. As long as Israel has a license to sin, most Israelites are going to sin. All right.
If they know that there's no consequence, that's why the Lord, pretty much, he only chastising, the people that are his. Because just as we brought out earlier, pray not for these people. Hey, they gonna get the ultimate final judgment, and it's gonna come out of, what they think nowhere. But it's always been planned. If you was listening, you would have heard the voice of the prophets on the highways and byways.
You only wanted what was beneficial unto you, see, right? Because you had
a problem with the Lord not loving the. Read Malachi. I got it real quick. Let me see if she comes back. This is Malachi 1 and 2. It says, I have loved you, saith the Lord Yahweh. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord, yet I loved Jacob. And I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. All right.
Hey, she got up when you said that. She did mobbing with that.
Right. Because she probably over there,
Like, I love him. He's
looking
my
and
everything.
getting stick by Tom and Jerry.
This is Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 7 again. It says, yea, the stork and the heaven knows her appointed times, and the turtle and the crane and the swallow observe the time of their coming. But my people know not the judgment of the Lord. Verse 8, how do ye say we are wise, and the law of the Lord is with us, though certainly in vain may be it the pen of the scribes in vain.
Yeah, how do you say you have the wisdom, but you don't know the true understanding?
How do you say the wisdom and you can't even follow the 10 Commandments?
How you gonna say the wisdom when you ain't gonna use the right name?
He gave you, there's 613 laws, but you know the 10 Commandments and you can't really follow 2.
The first one he came.
Right. Yeah, but you have the wisdom, you know everything. Here it is, you're okay. God knows my heart. That's not what the scripture says. The scripture doesn't tell you that, hey, God knows your heart, so he'll exempt you from all things. All right, he says he knows the way of man. Yes, he knows what you're going to do before you're going to do it. He knows where you're going to go before you went there. He has ordained it. But he never once said that that's good enough to serve him. He said, seek you me. All right, you're supposed to seek for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. You're supposed to go after his word. Follow after his way. Read the living testament. This living testament is here for you to receive salvation.
That's the thing. You know, she got offended, you know, as soon as we spoke against our oppressor.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then stated who he was. Well, she probably, the reason why for that is what we was going into earlier.
Mm-hmm.
She probably has a friend, family member, you know, and they could be speckled birds. They could be of the nation of Israel and appear to be a Edomite, appear to be another nation.
Japanese.
As long as that father's line goes back, but she let, you know, Satan's sister, the parable of the sower and the seed.
Right, because she was down here sitting down, had the pen out, had the paper out. She was ready.
Oh,
She was ready to learn.
and that's the stumbling blocks that the Lord sets out. You know?
Yep. You got it.
Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 9. The wise men are ashamed. They are dismayed and taken, though they have rejected the word of the Lord, and what wisdom is in them.
Right, hey, because all the nation of Israel is supposed to be wise. All right? The men of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, the men of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua are supposed to adhere to the word.
The blue.
That one.
The word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, hey, they're supposed to already cling unto the word and the wisdom of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. But here it is, no, you're not wise. All right? You took wisdom and threw it out. Right? No, he was wise in doing wickedness. That dude was wise in doing his wickedness, which therefore he just marked himself. How many times has he driven past here? Not even just today. All right? Scripture says, hey, my people are wise to do evil. All right? This is what they're wise in. They're not wise in obtaining the word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. They're wise in going against the word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. All right? Right, because they're John 8 and 44. All right, 2/3 of the nation of Israel, John 8 and 44, so they're exactly like their father, the devil. They hate and can't stand, can't stomach, don't want to think about it.
He's always walking by, oh, what is this? What we got going on here? You know, sticking his nose and shit that where it really don't concern him.
Right.
But he always, you know, instigating, trying to get some, you know, rile you up.
Trying to get some roddy
Rile
flavor.
you up. You know.
Mark 6 and 10, it says, and he said unto them, in what place soever ye enter into an house, that abide till ye depart from that place. And whatsoever shall not receive you, nor hear you, when you depart thence, shake off the dust under your feet for a testimony against them. Verily I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city.
Right, because Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua said, hey, shake the dust off your feet from this place. All right, don't worry about what they keep on telling you. All right? Everything that they make you out to be, don't worry about it.
Yeah, this place is through.
All right? Shit smell just came out of nowhere when they said this place is through.
Yeah, it is through.
All right? Hey, you continuously have to deal with this BS. All right? All that is here, you're not supposed to worry about. Your family coming up against you, you're not supposed to worry about. Right? Keep a watchful eye on those around you, but don't worry about it. All right? Because you have Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right? Be circumspect of anything and everything. But always filter it through Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, the scriptures.
A servant isn't greater than the master.
Right. All right?
His Lord.
It says, and they went out and preached that men should repent, and they cast out many devils, and anointed with oil many that were sick, and healed them.
Right. Hey, and you are supposed to repent. Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai has the prophets out on the highways and byways to call out unto you so that you may repent, so that you can be healed. All right? That you could get, this spiritual oil, so you can add faith unto yourself through the will and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. By reading, studying, fasting, praying, through all these things, to taking heed to the word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. He said, you but only need the faith of a grain of a mustard seed. All right? That grain of a mustard seed can allow you to move mountains. If you believe in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, you believe in his name and in his ways. If you stop leaning upon your own understanding and want to be on one accord with the world, and get on one accord with the word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. You see, you will always fail when you're backing the world. You will never fail when you back the word. All right?
This is the book of Joel, chapter 5, verse 7. It says, and the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people, as they do from the Lord, as the showers upon the grass that tarrieth not for man, nor waiteth for the sons of men. Verse 8, and the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles, in the midst of many people. As a lion among the beasts of the forest, as a young lion among the flocks of sheep, who if he go through, both treadeth down and teareth in pieces, and none can deliver. Verse 9, thine hand shall be lifted upon thine adversaries, and all thine enemies shall be cut off.
All right, Josh, break that down.
All right, so that remnant of Jacob is talking about the elect that shall be in the midst of many people. And the many people is talking about the Gentiles, which is these heathens. That's who we are in the midst of. Okay? And, like as a lion amongst the beast, because the scriptures say that these people are like unto the beast, because they believe in their own ways, but they don't believe in the ways that Yahweh Shai, nor can they understand them. But only the elect, as it says in the scriptures, they which have not obtained, but for the
the rest were blinded.
Yeah.
Romans 11 and 7. I was grabbing.
But yeah, this is there's a remnant that's going to be saved out of this place.
Yeah.
The bulk of Israel is here in the Americas, while the rest are scattered.
And that showed that, the Lord likened you nations to or not the nations, but he likened the wicked of Israel to the heathen. Because the heathen are known as beasts, sons of men. Because how they handle themselves. All right.
They refuse instruction. They refuse to learn on it.
Right? Going after their own lust. All right? Okay. Do you have Romans?
Oh yeah. It's like this is Romans 11 and 7. It says, "What then Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
Just as the brother just stated. All right? Hey, because you didn't care for the way of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, you were blinded. All right? Ultimately, right, when we came out of Egypt, all right? Those who were denied the way of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. All right? You've been denied and all along. All right? Hey, since Yahweh Bashem Yahushua brought us out of Egypt, you have been denying his word. You're those same spirits that came back and said, free Barabbas.
Yep.
All right? You're the same spirits that said, hey, let his blood be upon us and our children. When you said that, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua brought you back in this day and this time. Why? So you could yet play your lot again. All right? Say that thing one more time that you said. Just one more time. That's that time he's waiting for. Now one more and I'm going to show you.
He's like basically saying, keep that same energy and stand on your business.
Right. Stand on it. And I'm going to show you that your ultimate demise from saying that. Yeah, you've had ass whoopings, but you ain't had an ass whooping like this. This is going to be that one to change your whole way of thinking.
Yeah, that's the final one.
Right. I'm going to change everything for you after you get this ass whooping 2/3 of the nation of Israel. And then how much more the rest of the world? Right? The rest of the world has to take 1,000 years to get their ass whooped. All right? You will have to receive double unto you to get your ass whooped to know how good it is to be a servant of the servants of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. To fall in place and to fall in your lot. With Esau Edom essentially being done away with after 1,000 years. Where his daughters and his mothers and his sisters and his aunts and his wives will outlive him. That's a curse. All right? You can't bring forth your heritage. All right? Because she can't do it alone, Esau. That's why she having Jake babies now. She don't want to deal with you anyway. All right? You got have another word? Oh, thank goodness for another breeze right there. You felt good.
Fake.
Listen, Amos. This is Amos chapter 8, verse 11. And it says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord.
Right, of hearing the words of the Lord. All right? Yahweh Bashem Yahushua said, I'm not on, hey, which there will be a famine of bread, there will be lack of bread. All right, there will be lack of water. You won't be able to go and get you a 40 case, a 90 case at Costco, pick up a whole pallet. All right, you won't be able to do those things in the coming days. But he said, not only, all right, but hearing the word, the men on the highways and byways, the prophets teaching the 100% truth will no longer be on the highways and byways. You will not have the ability to click on YouTube and find that video. You will no longer be able to, I seen those brothers over here. They were down on, what is that, over on Owens. They were over here on Fort Apache. All right? It doesn't matter. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is going to take this word away from you. Why? Because you didn't have reverence for it before, but now all of a sudden, now that everything is looking gloom and doom, and confirmation is entering in as your sons and your daughters get drafted, all right? As you lose your jobs,
Yeah, to a damn robot.
right? As everything goes away, as that MOTB gets rolled out, then you're going to want to say, where were those guys? What was that name? What are you supposed to do? Don't take what? You didn't care enough. Read that again, Darash, for me.
The book of Amos, chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord.
Right. You will lose it. Go ahead.
Verse 12. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it.
That's how you're gonna be. You're gonna be like a chicken with their head cut off, running around. I thought I seen him here. I thought I seen him over there. How come I can't find it? Why don't I deserve it? Because you didn't care for it.
Yeah. And reprobate, you know, you probably scarfing, and then you starting to see prophecy is unfolding, and you're like, man, now I believe all of a sudden, but truth and honesty, you don't. You're just trying to find a way to
crap in unaware.
Yeah. You're still on some wicked shit. That's why he's gonna laugh at your calamity, man.
Mock you when your fear comes.
Yeah. Ain't nowhere to run to, baby. Ain't nowhere to hide. And you ain't gonna find the word.
Right.
So the joke's gonna be on you. So who really get the laugh? Y'all about to Yahushai and the elect?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we gonna laugh at the fact, you know how somebody has such a contagious laugh? Yeah, how about Shimi Al-Shai has a contagious laugh? When he's laughing, we're gonna laugh too. Because it all starts with him. He said, I will mock you when your fear come. I will laugh at your calamity. Which we're on one accord, so that's gonna make us do that very same thing. To laugh at you.
This is the book of St. John 4 and verse 13. It says, Yahushua answered and said unto her, whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again. But whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him, a well of water springing up into everlasting life.
And that's why you have to make these scriptures your safe haven. You have to have this word and this water, the living water, Yahushai, in you. All right? You have to drink and think upon it. This is the only thing that you need. It's the only thing that will prepare you. It's the only thing that continues to give you life. It is the cure. This is that elixir that they look for. All right? And only the Israelites can receive it. Only the elect of the Israel can receive it. This is the Holy Grail that they're searching for. All right? And Indiana Jones.
And it's what scientists, you know, they potions, you know, trying to come up with that elixir to never die.
Right. This is it. But it only belongs to a few. And that few is the elect of the nation of Israel. Right?
Romans 10 and verse 13 says, for whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher?
Right, so Yahweh Shimi Al-Shai set up preachers, set up prophets, set up men, all right, who have understanding in the scriptures. He said, I will give you pastors after my own heart. All right, they will teach you. They will teach you the way, lead you in the way that I want you to walk, to go, so that you could present yourself unto me. Why? Because the way you present yourself unto me is the only way that you can come to me, is doing it by the way that I told you. Follow after me. Listen to my teachers. Listen to my prophets. Listen to my priest. Ultimately, listen to the kings of the earth. On Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai's right hand side, not Esau's side. The true kings of the earth. All right?
Psalm 19. Psalm 19 and 1. The heavens declare the glory of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Day unto day utterly speech, and night unto night knowledge, showing knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line is gone out through all the land, and their words to the end of the world. And them had he set a tabernacle for the sun.
Right, because Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Yahweh, hey, put the prophets here to be the mouthpiece of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. All right, because they speak on one accord. Yahweh Shai agrees with Yahweh. Therefore, he set up the prophets to say, go and teach and preach my word. Then he gave the heavy lifter the internet. Hey, YouTube, Facebook, all these platforms are really so the truth of Yahweh Shem Yahushai can go out. So you could stay connected to the word through the world wide web. So he can offer it in every place. So you can hear a piece of it and say, what? What was that? How did I get more of that? Where do I need to go? Where are they? Let me take a note. Let me write that down. Let me do something. I need this.
You're seeking.
Right? You're seeking. I need this. I can't do without it.
It's like eating something so good and you want to eat it again and constantly keep eating it and drinking. That's what the word is. It says it's bread and water.
All right? It's what you need. It's the nourishment for your soul, Israel. But it's only fit for those that are of the elect. The nutrients are too high for a simple simpleton. For those who don't have the ability, whose body can't take the substance. All right? So Yahweh Shem Yahushai, hey, has let his word go out to the World Wide Web so that you could receive it. But if you take not heed to it, then Yahweh Shem Yahushai is not going to take heed to you. All right? Darash, just get Revelation. Got that.
What's the book? Real Inside Revelation? Real Inside Revelation?
15, sorry. You had a pre, though. Slocky, I thought you were going to pull the pre.
This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 52. It says, what I with jealousy have so proceeded against thee, saith the Lord. Verse 53, if thou hadst not always slain my chosen, exalt the stroke of thy hands, and saying over their dead body when thou wast drunken, 54, set forth thy beauty of thy countenance. 55, the reward of thy whoredom shall be in thy bosom, therefore shalt thou receive recompense.
Right. Hey, you shall receive that righteous recompense, that righteous anger of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Why? For clinging onto the world. For caring so much about this place. For wanting your status in the world instead of gaining status and foundation in the word. Right?
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 15. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast shall be canceled.
Right, because the devil, has a new wave, a new system. All right, through his technocracy, through his devices that he wants to implement the new image. All right, his new system. Through the RFID chip, through the neural link, through the neural web, through Walmart, through the digital tattoo. All right, this devil wants to give you this particular. He says he poses it as a gift. All right. He says it's a gift. Then he mandates the gift that you must receive. All right. He says it's going to be easier. It's going to make it so much easier for you. All right. You got it.
Verse 16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand and in their forehead.
All right, to receive that charagma, to receive that stake. All right, to receive that RFID C-hip. All right, the potato chip. All right, in your hand or in your forehead. Elon Musk just was in, I think it was Miami. All right, Miami College. All right,
Yeah.
for Neuralink.
Miami University.
Miami University for Neuralink. All right, human trials are going well. All right, everything is going according to plan for this devil. Everything's right on track. So how many more companies and how many more, how much more ability is this devil going to have the room, hey, to stop from you buying and selling? All right? That universal basic income is right around the corner because everybody's losing the jobs. It says the U.S. is preparing for mass unemployment.
Yeah, you just had Trump lay off a shit ton of state workers.
Yeah.
You know.
And then here it is, Indeed is laying off. Your job search engines where you're going to go to find your job, they're laying off.
Yeah, the grinder shall cease.
Right.
You know, the grinding shall cease.
You get all these job postings on there, but nobody, they say they're hiring, but I don't see nobody working.
Right. I see somebody working.
We had Eve on I forgot, you know, YouTube or, you know, on the reels. She was running the whole Burger King by herself.
Yeah. Right.
And the lady filming her, oh, you need to get this woman some help.
Right. We seen Eve working, and we
They
see.
ain't paying.
Hey, we see a little bit of Iskar, and we see Johnny Five.
But they ain't paying.
Johnny Five is working in the warehouses. Amazon just released in the UK, hey, bot workers.
Right, now Amazon they came out with a statement saying that they ain't gonna have no warehouse workers no more. Those jobs is too dangerous. Or
Right.
Some to that effect. Well, they got people, they got robots delivering their own packages too.
Right. Hey, they got those in New York.
Hey,
Right.
they got the little
Yeah.
robot.
Same thing that
Set
deliver
it.
the food.
Yeah. So they got drone
Small
drop-offs.
packages.
They getting ready to put you in a cell, you know, and link you to the like surrogate.
Yeah.
This is more about the Neuralink and the companies that are, you know, that's on, like-minded. It says several companies are developing brain-computer interface BCI technology similar to Neuralink, including Synchron,
Synchron.
You'll probably pronounce it better. I'm gonna butcher it.
Yeah, it says including Synchron, Paradromics, BlackRock Neurotech, Precision Neuroscience, and Kernel. So these companies are working on different approaches to building brain implants and interfaces, some focusing on less invasive methods or specific applications like treating paralysis or neurological disorders.
That was it.
That's all you want to do.
Yeah, because those are those companies that are just like
Right.
Neuralink, right? So they, you know, they, like the brother was saying, they got it where now, they're trying to show you the miracles. Oh, we can play Call of Duty with our minds. Oh, look at the power of this. Like, your brain's stupid.
Hey, they're giving you. They're setting up different brands.
Yeah.
This one will help you walk better. This one will give you more of like superhuman strength.
Yep.
This one will make your brain faster than the internet. You'll be connected to super AI instead of just AI.
You get downloading like the Matrix and like
Right.
Neo and
Yeah.
know how to kick ass and all kinds of crazy shit.
Different chips for different.
Different strokes. for
Yeah.
different folks.
Right? Hey, giving you. Hey, do you want Nike, Reebok?
You want to be like Lil Wayne?
Right.
want, you know,
Whatever idol you want, that's essentially what they're giving you.
because hey, that goes into AI, you know, overpowering, you know, the work field. Well, now they gonna make your talents pretty much useless because you could get something installed in you and be just like it.
Right. No need for talent anymore because man has made.
What do you think they really gearing up, you know, make these super soldiers, you know?
God. Man has made machine and made machine God. He set himself up as God.
Yeah.
All right.
All deceivable.
All deceivable.
Still signs and lying wonders.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. All right, Lord willing, this was edifying. We're going to go ahead and face the east, and we're going to give all honor and glory and praise unto
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem,
Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone. To all the Akim out there teaching, preaching this truth with 144% sincerity. To the men, women, and children that's learning, to the bias, should double down the house again. For the next time, men of valor saying, Shalom,
Shalom,
Kwam
Yasharallah, Wah,
Yasharallah,
Wah,
Wah,
Wah.
Shalom.